Rosie,
Very good afternoon to all. I hope my voice is audible.
yes. Good afternoon, Jennifer ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir. Good
How
afternoon.
are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
Rosie ma'am, you can start.
A very good afternoon to all. I, Rosie Tigga, Assistant Professor, Department of Education, Saraswati College of Professional Studies, Ghaziabad, welcome you all on day 5 of the 1-week Teachers Training Program on Life Skills organized by Saraswati College of Professional Studies, Ghaziabad, in collaboration with CTPD India. I take this opportunity to warmly welcome our resource person, Jennifer Robinson ma'am, Vice Principal, Indian School Al-Wadi Al-Kabir, Sultanate of Oman, Dr. Sanjay Kumar sir, Principal, Saraswati College of Professional Studies, Ghaziabad, Dr. Anita Singh ma'am, Head of Education Department, Saraswati College, my co-faculty members and my dear students. I welcome you again on 5th day of Teachers Training Program on Life Skills. Today's topic is critical thinking and problem skill. On this topic, Jennifer Robinson ma'am will enlighten us today.
Rosie ma'am, unmute yourself. Yeah.
A very good afternoon to all. I, Rosie Tigga, Assistant Professor, Department of Education, Saraswati College of Professional Studies, Ghaziabad, welcome you all on day 5 of the 1-week Teachers Training Program on Life Skill organized by Saraswati College of Professional Studies, Ghaziabad, in collaboration with CTPD India. I take this opportunity to warmly welcome our resource person, Jennifer Robinson ma'am, Vice Principal, Indian School Al-Wadi Al-Kabir, Sultanate of Oman, Dr. Sanjay Kumar sir, Principal, Saraswati College of Professional Studies, Ghaziabad, Dr. Anita Singh ma'am, Head of Education Department, Saraswati College, my co-faculty members and my dear students. I welcome you all again on 5th day of Teacher Training Program on Life Skills. Today's topic is critical thinking and problem skill. On this topic, Jennifer Robinson ma'am will enlighten us today. Now I would like to invite Shivani, student of BA second year, for the introduction of our resource person, Jennifer Robinson ma'am. Over to you, Shivani.
Okay, ma'am. Good afternoon and a warm welcome to all. I, Shivani, B.Ed second year student from Saraswati College of Professional Studies, Ghaziabad. It is a great pleasure for me to introduce our today's speaker, Miss Jennifer Robinson, ma'am. She has completed her master's in chemistry and applied psychology and also completed master's of philosophy. She is research scholar in chemistry and head of the Department of Science and Vice Principal, Indian School Wadi Al Kabir, Oman. She has 26 years of experience in the teaching professional and in research. She is currently pursuing her PhD in chemistry, K.R. Mangalam University, Gurugram, Haryana. She has successfully completed many chemistry-related seminars, workshops, and has a rich knowledge in projects. She has presented research ideas in national and international conferences and received various awards like Avishkar National Global Teacher Award, International Oman Chapter Vidya Jyoti Award, CBSC Beat Teacher Awards, and Woman Icon Innovative Teacher Award. She has published books, manuals, and research paper during her service. Now I would like to invite Miss Jennifer Robinson, ma'am, to continue the workshop. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Shivani, for the wonderful introduction. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rosie, ma'am. I take this opportunity to thank our principal, sir, Saraswati College of Professional Studies, Ghaziabad, and also Anita, ma'am, the head of the Department of Education, Saraswati College of Professional Studies, Ghaziabad. And definitely, I would like to welcome all the participants here, the student participants who are eagerly waiting to learn today on the topic, critical thinking and problem solving skill. So let me share my presentation. Hope the presentation is clear, sir. Everyone can see the presentation, right? Ma'am, can you see the presentation?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, fine. Yeah, because I didn't get any response. I was thinking something went wrong. Yes. So, life skill, Jeevan Kaushal. So today's topic is on teaching critical thinking. So I just modified a little bit, teaching critical thinking and problem solving skills. Teaching, when I say, it is exclusively for teachers. So we all have inbuilt a teacher quality, and we are going to understand this particular skill, how to develop in our students and also among ourselves. What are life skills? The World Health Organization is quoting like this: it is an ability to adapt and have a positive behavior that enables every individual to deal effectively with the demands and challenges of everyday life. So every word is important here: adaptive, positive behavior, and demands and challenges. So keeping all these points in mind, let us understand what is the benefit of having life skills in life, because today your college have introduced these skills to you. It is something very good and innovative idea, which I'm trying to explain to you all. It builds confidence in communication and collaborative skills. And it also gives a right development resources. You can go back and check what each resource person spoke about it. And also it helps us to have an out-of-the-box thinking. Basically, it gives a lot of collaboration and develop relationship. And finally, to teach with accountability. That is, I'm a teacher and I'm going to help my students to develop this skill. This skill is not inbuilt. It can be developed. That is why we are here together. So last 5 days, if you see, last 4 days, you have been listening to various resource persons under various topic. And for topic for today is critical thinking and problem solving skill. Okay, students, let us move on little informal. We know that problems are everywhere, right? We know that problems are everywhere, right, left, north, south, east, west, globally. You find everywhere problems. But for every problem, there is a solution. So that is what we need to tap as teachers to the students. Unfortunately, what happens is we start thinking about the problem more than the solution. So the 5 important skills that we develop in this course of time during these programs, like communication, creativity, problem solving, analysis, open-mindedness. I like that last important, I should say, attribute, that is open-mindedness. If we have all these 5 collaboration among us, then we are going to find a 360-degree solution. Have you heard of that word 360-degree? Now, the current world is demanding from us not just one solution, not 2 solutions for a problem. You need to think in 360-degree. So that is why we need to develop this life skill, which is so important for us. So what is the meaning of thinking? Thinking is not developed by your parents or your teachers or anything. It is only developed first within you. There are variety of thinking. I thought these two are the most important one, which finally leads to the last thinking. That is a divergent thinking, a convergent thinking, and finally a lateral thinking. What happens when you think so much? Sometimes we say in the classroom, are you sleeping in the classroom? Like that we ask our children when we are continuously teaching. They are in an imaginative world. They are, whatever you are saying, actually they are taking it in a very imaginative. I am also a kind of that kind of person. When somebody talks, I start thinking, I start imagining. So this is a kind of a thinking. And the other one is logical thinking. Logical thinking in the sense, taking all the facts in the mind, keeping all the facilities that we have around us, and then think about it. That is, the thinking can be an analytical type, or a vertical thinking, or horizontal thinking, and so on. So when these two facts join together, that is idea and the fact combined together, then you have somebody coming out with another thinking. Everybody doesn't get this actually, but we can develop among ourselves. And finally, we say, oh, this person is out of the box thinking. So when we always have this kind of imaginative and logical thinking, when it is getting combined together in our mind, then we come out with another thinking called outside the box thinking or out of the box thinking. So this is what we need to develop among ourselves and also among the people who are around us. Yes, now you just tell me, we all have crossed childhood, right? Everyone has crossed childhood. In your young age, if you go and ask your parents, they will say, you are so talkative with lot of questions, who, where, when, why, what, how, which, how many, how often. This type of questions you keep asking when you were, say, at a beginner stage. Then slowly, instead of asking questions from others, you start to analyze yourself. And today, being as college students, you think in all the angles, these questions, and then you try to find an answer. I'm sure about it. Many of them must be applying this particular chart that I'm presenting in front of you. These are the parameters, or ऐसा भी बोल सकते हैं कि ये सब है mantra to develop the thinking capacity in us in terms of critical and problem solving. So critical thinking. So what does this critical thinking help us to do? It helps us to have a logical reasoning. Then you interpret the data properly. There's positive and negative data. So definitely you have to interpret that properly. And you should communicate that to the society, or maybe your student community, or a teacher discussion is going on. Anywhere you can apply these three skills. That is logical reasoning, understanding the data and analyzing the data in a better way, and then explain that clearly to your group, which is very, very important. Imagine you do first 2 points and you don't speak anything about it to the group, then definitely in the teamwork. Yesterday, one of the ma'am was telling about the teamwork and leadership, it fails actually. So all three are interconnected. Then if I talk about the problem solving skill, yes, definitely you should have a research oriented, and you cannot keep on do research. There is a time limit for us. We have to manage the time properly, and we need to adapt to the changes that are happening. Several times what happens in us is we don't like changes. Yes or no? We don't like changes. We always think why this is happening. So that is what even I've seen in my students, ma'am. You stay back for the class. We don't want that, ma'am. We don't want this. So this kind of talk happens. What I'm trying to say here is the adaptability to accept the change, whether it is positive or negative, and then move further with the research-oriented approach is something very important from the beginning to the stage that we are moving about. And all these skills put together finally results in creativity. Now, creativity is around us. It is within us. Everybody has their own creativity depending on the situation. Do you agree with me? Can I have some S in the chat box? Do you agree? Everybody has. Nobody can deny that. If a person can be having good creativity in cooking skills, somebody will be having a creativity in maintaining the data and documents. Some people will be called as you are a perfectionist. Yes or no? So from where those perfectionist word came from? Because they are highly creative. They are able to keep all their data in better form in a very systematic way and so on. Creativity and systematic sometimes go hand together. Similarly, some people are very good at singing, some people good at dancing, some of them are good in art. Art integration is now found in every subject that we are going to teach, particularly after you complete your B.Ed and you become a teacher. When you see a classroom and you want to manage a classroom, definitely this creativity is something important. You don't have to really wait for any teaching aid to be there. Even for me, according to me, even for me, a pencil and a rubber becomes cation and anion bonds in the classroom. So what I'm trying to say, whatever resource available, how we are converting according to our creative mind is something important. Then, of course, decision making. Yes, this is something where we all fear also sometimes, because depending on the group that we have, whether to really, I have to go for this kind of decision making. Is my decision accepted in the crowd? This kind of talk happens. That's why we need to really carefully listen to what our group, what our teamwork is doing. And accordingly, we need to answer to the decision making. And finally, we have to accept a decision also. That is called adaptability. So these two brains are working parallelly. And finally, a common skill is seen to the public. Yes or no? It is seen to the public in the form of creativity, decision making, and then finally an analytical approach. I hope I'm making it very clear for you all. And then if all these collaboration happens, then we are successful. Okay, now let us move to the most important things that I want to really share with you all. That is, we are talking about critical thinking and problem solving. Let us take some problem and the solutions. Yes or no? So we all are thinking problem means we have to run away from the problem. It's not like that. You just see the major problem that we have in the society, the main agricultural problem. We hear a lot of things. That means as a teacher, you need to keep the current affairs in mind. Always you have to keep updating the current affairs, no matter, because I just now Shivani told me I'm a person from science, I'm a person from chemistry, but no, I keep checking what happens in the field of agriculture, what happens in the field of IT. So that broader view and broader understanding is something very important if you want to become a good problem solver. So let us take this problem. I'm sure you all are reading the slide. That is insufficient. Water supply, what a simple farmer faces. A simple farmer in the field faces all these problems. As educators, and nowadays I'm so happy that even those days, if you see, we have agricultural related degree and so on. But what I am trying to say, we have to inculcate in the minds of the students. That's what the role of a teacher actually speaking, right? So we are going to inculcate these problems in the students, and we are going to tell them, why don't we find a solution for these farmers? Is it possible from the student side? Okay, so like that, we need to develop those skills in the children. And these are the problems actually faced by the farmers, and see the solution that has come up. It's not by one person. Multiple cropping system, or getting an ayojana, that is insurance, you call it. And then nowadays digital agricultural techniques are employed in the field. Lift irrigation system, which is very popular and becoming much more popular in small villages to urban area. Then you have the farmers being giving education, that is somebody is teaching there. We can go there and teach, nothing wrong in that. Okay, so like that I'm trying to say. And finally, you won't believe the drones are helping farmers. So see I'm not talking about the solving the problem. I'm asking you, like, somebody as a teamwork has done all this. to overcome the problem faced by the farmers. And it's still in the critical thinking only. Still, there is scope for problem solving. I hope it is clear for everyone. Similarly, let us now look around our environment. How many environmental issues we have? One side we have dryness and drought. Another side we have air pollution or water pollution is so problematic in our country. And similarly, we have land pollution also sometimes, and so on. So are we going to run away from these problems? As teachers, we have to make our students understand the environmental issues. And also in the classroom, we can definitely come up. See, you can see here, when I show these solutions, I'm talking in terms of the 360-degree solution that we need to inculcate in the students. First, we need to understand, we need to update the current affairs that are happening in the environmental issues, how they are solving the problem, what are the alternatives available. I have just quoted everything. I don't think so. I need to read the picture is self-explanatory. So these are the 360 solution that we have. So how did we come to know these solutions? Only by creating awareness first for ourselves and then for our student community. So we need not run away from the problem. Problem definitely has a solution. Now let us move on to a third important thing which we all are going to face in the classroom. That is the problem faced by students in school. So it's not so, I mean, everyone knows it. It's a very common thing. That is, as students, you also will agree with me, that is understanding the lesson sometimes there is humiliation, you feel stress, boredom, sometimes you don't get the sleep if tomorrow is the exam, and so on. Sometimes we have miserable weekends because you have to complete your home assignments, you have to complete certain projects, some investigatory things you have to do it. All these are some simple problems I've written. There are some complex also faced by the students. Now, what is this advice, or what is the solution that we will look for? We will tell our children, our students, that how to manage time. As teachers, we can even put a study plan. There's nothing wrong in that. We can go to the students and we can say, what is your problem? You want to know how to make a study plan? Let me help you. That kind of approach is what now in today's world a teacher should be. A teacher should not be being strict or being firm. I tell my teacher community, you have to be firm, but no need to be strict, right? You need to make them understand that this is right and this is wrong. When they are very low in the motivation, make them understanding, make them happy, reward them with something, tell them how to prepare themselves, tell them how to face the fear. In different parts of the world, we are hearing different things. That I did not clear my JEE, so I'm going to end my life. When I hear such a thing as a teacher, my heart breaks into pieces. Yes or no? As teachers, we should not allow even one single child to face this or to face the fear and undergo the failure. They have to know how to overcome that. So that is the role of a teacher. A teacher can do that. That's what I'm coming to the main point, that a teacher can do it. When they have lack of concentration, a teacher can do it. No need to say that everything a teacher only should do it. Immediately that negative thinking comes to our mind. I still feel, yes, we can do it. That's why we are called as teacher. Nobody else is called as teacher, right? So that's why we are called. So we have the power to do it. We have the power to do it. We have the ability to do it. So these are some of the ways where we can definitely solve the problem of the children. Okay, let me now quote an important example. This will really give an inspiring thought for you all. I'm sure about it, which I also felt the same. That is a startup companies that are coming up. If I finish my college, I go for some startup company. It's not just in one night the student or a college going student thinks about it. You just read those lines. I remember my 10th grade teacher telling me, the greatest threat to the world, to the planet, is something like we need to convert the trash into treasure. So that recycle everything was taught by the teacher when the CEO of this company was in the 10th standard. Now, where is 10th standard? Where is college? And where is he working? And today he is quoting that because of that reason, Mr. Neeraj is quoting that because of this reason only, I converted all the trash into treasure. कितना अच्छा है ना सुनने के लिए कि हमने change किया ये सब. So that is what the role of a teacher, that this one small, like that many examples I can quote. I felt this is a recent one and I wanted to really share with you all about how important we are to our students. So then comes the next important problem that we have, the critical problem that I'm talking about, the problem and what is the solution, how we can inculcate in the students to develop the solution, to understand the problem solving. According to a report in February 28, that is, I'm talking about a recent report, a lot of challenges. You teachers, when you all come out from Saraswati College of Professional Studies and enter into some school or college to work, you are going to face all these challenges among the students. They are facing these problems. Now we should have the solution. For that, the current affair is something very, very important. You should first know what is the meaning of the cyber security. You may not be in that field, but you should have the knowledge of all these points. Like I have just mentioned, some of them are selling their ideas also. Some of them are not able to understand the disaster recovery. Some of them are facing business challenges. They enter into business, face the challenge and then failure. How to overcome that? Everything can be done. So how many of you have really seen this picture which I'm presenting in front of you? Is anyone here who have seen this picture? Let me just check with anyone. Okay, any student can come forward to say that, yes, I know about this picture. This is a robot and AI teacher introduced recently in one of the famous schools in India. So you can imagine what is the biggest problem we are facing. ChatGPT is already taking over us in the form of, there are a lot of problems happening. If you open the news, you will come to know because of ChatGPT, what are the job opportunities we are missing. How we are going to connect the urban and the village together. How we are going to do that. All these are the problems of the student community, which they should now try finding the solution. The next one is the social media. Social media has a lot of positive and negative critical problems, which as students and as teachers together as a teamwork, we need to solve the situation. So moving to the little lighter side, I think almost like 5 to 6 problem I was discussing. And I was trying to make you understand that there is a lot of scope for teachers to have problem-solving attitude in the classroom management. Problem, thinking, solution. That's what we need to do. And that can be done by a teacher leader. A teacher leader is, according to me, a resource person, a support, a mentor, and also a helping hand. Don't forget that word, helping hand. And finally, a lifelong learner. I'm so happy when Shivani told me I'm still doing my PhD. I'm so happy to know that is, I want to be a lifelong learner. That is what I wanted to prove to the society. So I kept on learning. That's what I did. And I wanted to do in future also. So a teacher should definitely have these, all the teachers here should definitely have these qualities: a resource person, a support, a mentor, helping hand, and learner. If you want to understand the problem, you want to find a thinking, analytical thinking, and finally a better solution for all the problems. Nowadays, have you heard of another important thinking coming up? I spoke about so many things, but there's one more thinking coming up, which is called the design thinking. Design thinking is connecting with a lot of things around us. Design thinking mostly helps the society, and the global problems are taken into consideration. First, they analyze it, they define it, they find an idea for it, they find a prototype, they develop something out of it, and finally they test, they find the feedback. There are survey forms to understand whether this product is really useful or not, and so on. So this design thinking has become an important part of the curriculum in the students. Like it has become an important syllabus also nowadays for the students. So we need to understand, before going into the classroom, we need to understand what type of design thinking is available, how I can improve that among the students. So now, as I went on speaking about the problem solving techniques, the critical thinking and problem solving, here I have some examples for you. What is the meaning of examples here? Only through activities we can improve the critical thinking of the students. Only by activities. Not by, today I'm talking to you, but I really want to do an activity. It's like that, right? So what I'm trying to say is, by doing activity, you are developing the critical thinking among the students. Teach students how to obtain the correct facts. Sometimes they go into social media, they pick up some fake news. You have to keep in mind the true news that is available. Then take a particular video problem, take a demonstrative problem, observation problem, and tell them to discuss on that. Okay, and tell them to design their own parachute. You can see here, a parachute is designed on its own. You can see there it is done by one of a simple technique by one of the simple students. Similarly, the environmental related community service, you can give them some activity and you can make them understand. You can even go behind, that is, you can talk about the history and you can tell what has happened in today's generation. You can speak on that in the form of group discussion. Asking why, when, how. Sometimes I tell my children, you answer the question in this way only. Keep asking what, why, when, how. You will have the answer for sure for a particular question in the examination. Then what can I do? Keep asking, give a problem and ask them what all you can think of according to this problem. These are some of the very interesting activity that can be done in the classroom. Then don't leave our culture, which is very, very important. Always, India has a culture, so we have to always keep that in mind while we are giving the activities. Then comes some mathematic type of problem to improve the logical thinking. Concept mapping, everyone knows. It helps us. What is the use of concept mapping? As teachers, you all know that a concept mapping is a very powerful tool. Actually speaking, if you have a big problem, you can design it into a simple form like this where everyone will understand. The problem is big, but it will be, you can keep it at the center and you can find what are the other ways we can improve the problem, the critical thinking you can apply and improve the problem solving techniques here. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to give you the solving techniques. That is not my role because each brain is going to be different. Each brain will come up. I'm not going to say this is the answer for this problem. If you have a problem, please do this. I'm not going to say like that. In the team, you have to discuss and come to a solution. Then you have this kind of, like, say, for example, a scientific problem is there. What is the material involved in it? How you can do the experiment and find out. Like, for example, I wanted to test a soil. Well, how is the nature of the soil? How healthy it is, the soil? Everything can be done by experiment. Then think, pair, share is something, another important area where critical thinking and problem solving can be improved. I'm talking about the activities which will definitely trigger the brain of the students in the classroom, and in the group discussion, they come out with a lot of ideas. Then KWL charts, I'm not so sure whether we use it. This is the most important, the first thing that you have to do when you want to teach a concept. Then quality circle time, like today, though it is one way, but definitely a quality circle time is a two-way. That is, a teacher comes with a problem and then he or she gives to the entire community, student community, and they discuss on that. They come up with small ideas, and then you can conclude saying that, okay, we have come to a conclusion. This is what the solution for the problem. Then case study based thing can be done, which is very brainstorm. Like, for example, lithium batteries. I'm just talking in terms of chemistry. Lithium batteries, how useful it is. Can we just simply discuss on that? No, it's not possible. You need to definitely do some research on it, make a presentation, then come and discuss with your team in the form of a brainstorming group discussion. Then you will understand the entire advantage and the disadvantage of the topic. And then comes another important activity here, that is how you can collaborate all the subjects. You can see there is a project for us to talk about a tree only, but you can connect with English, you can connect with biology and art, mathematics, or you can even go with understanding the chemistry part. So this kind of design projects is what we are looking for. As teachers, you have to come with this kind of critical thinking problem to the students, and the problem should be solved by the student committee in the form of a group discussion. Hope I'm making it clear, and hope it is interesting for you all to understand. Then, of course, you can even try individually. Nowadays, robotics, and then science, technology, engineering, art, math, all are in collaboration. Of course, all these are connected with business also. So I'm talking in terms of commerce. Commerce students and science students can be collaborated. We all are thinking science is different, commerce is different. It's not like that. Science, art, and commerce can be collaborated into a project where they come up with beautiful solutions for the real life situation and problems. So finally, if you see, we are thinking of 21st century skills. 21st century skills, what are they? Today, if you can't speak in a society, it's going to be a big problem. You can speak in any language, that's not a problem at all, but you should be in a position to say your viewpoint in the society. That is what you need to develop among the students. First, we need to develop for ourselves. We have to keep the lifelong learners. Teachers are lifelong learners. Keep the current affairs with you and keep triggering your students to understand how to solve all these problems, how to think critically and solve the problem. These are some of the 21st century skills that people are looking for. You have to collaborate. You cannot be individual. Sometimes we have this behavior. Let us be individually doing. I will not join with that group. I don't like that group at all. I will join with this group. No need to say these points. We have to be together. That's the most important one. Then digital literacy. Yes, of course, whatever you can learn, keep learning. You know, yesterday, what was my challenge? After looking at that picture of famous India, I decided to create my own AI teacher. I wanted to create. I'm working on it. How to learn, self-learning you can do. You got it. So this is my homework yesterday. You won't believe. I was not doing this. In fact, I was doing homework of how to create an AI teacher. I'm a chemistry person. Everyone calls me like that. But how I can develop in this? Digital literacy is must. Self-learning nowadays, the world is so widened. So much of resources available. You have to only have a time management and do it. Of course, creativity and innovation is one important area people are looking for in the 21st century skills. Then communication, how well you are communicating. I'm telling you, it need not be in English, but developing so many languages, it's very good. Like today, I just tried, because I'm not that good in Hindi, so I tried some Hindi words also in the beginning. So what I'm trying to say is keep trying. Keep trying is something very important. Of course, all this will help you for a good career, and of course, a very good teamwork is what we are looking for. So asking questions, I'm just, this slide is very self-explanatory. As students, what we need to do, as teachers, what we need to do is given in this slide towards 21st century skills in the classroom. So these are some of the points, and you should really thank your college for one of the skills are taken care of, that is life skills. One of the life skills, I mean, there are around 6 days for you to work on. So I'm sure you all must be gaining a lot of knowledge and understanding and application. You will do it in your classroom situation. So these are some of the forms. Actually, know if you're out of track, this much I learned today, this much this resource person informed me, but how will I go about? Then pen down it. Pen down it. What is your plan? That is called lesson plan. Sometimes we call it lesson plan. Sometimes we call it classroom discussion plan. So like that, you can come up with your own plan. Today, what I'm going to do in the classroom, you can prepare yourself. It need not be same from teacher to teacher. It can be different. But what message you want to give to the students to have this kind of, to develop this critical thinking and to have a problem solving attitude. There should not be any grumbling attitude. It should be a problem solving attitude in the classroom. So finally, every organization, whether it is CBSE or NCRT or the B.Ed college or anybody, they are looking for this beautiful skill. And I always call myself, please tell the problem, but I want to be a problem solver. So I just took up this topic for that reason only, because I always want to be a problem solver. I want to develop that. And that is not possible when I say I should become we. As a team, only we can do this work. Problem solving can be done as a team. When one person is giving idea and the team, don't think that it is my idea. I gave that idea. Sometimes we have this behavior. I gave this idea, so you're not supposed to take it. It's not like that. A collaborative approach, a communicative approach is what we are looking for. So there are a variety of ways to develop this among our student community. So finally, the competency-based learning is nothing but the learning outcome. The learning outcome. As the experience increases, you will understand what is a learning outcome in the form of individual, in the form of a project, in the form of any activity. We will definitely understand. So nowadays, this competency-based learning is what is getting focused on students. So as teachers, we should first know what it is. And then there's something, a new curriculum, new academic structure is also getting, all these are future. And according to me, the competency base is already gone into schools and colleges. Nobody is liking this rote memory. No one is liking. You memorize something and you write in the exam. No one is liking that. Nowadays, they want to solve something. So we teachers can come up with a lot of ideas on this. So with that, I would like to give some quotes here told by great people like Albert Einstein and also our APJ Abdul Kalam sir, that you can read for yourself, actually speaking. They speak about a lot of things here, but one important point I would like to tell is dream, dream, dream. Dream transforms into thoughts, and the thoughts will result in action is something very important quote. Then we become lifelong learners. That's what I'm trying to inform you all. So finally, let us conclude today. Let us conclude what we discussed as a whole. I know that a lot of information has gone to you all, but definitely you can conclude saying, let us understand the plus, minus, and the interesting things around us. Okay? Around us is problem only. So how to find the solution? You have to know the plus, minus, and the interesting facts. Consider all the factors. Don't neglect anything. Be very positive. That's what I'm trying to say. Say CAF. Examine both the sides. Don't only, I'm a very good person, I only look at the positive side. No, understand the negative side. Then only we can balance how to find a solution for it. And never, never neglect other people's opinion. Whether it is small or big, we need to respect the opinion of every common person. Respect the people's opinion. And then you have possibilities. Find the possibilities. If the possibilities are different, okay, accept it. Definitely, if it is successful, we are happy. If it is not successful, find a solution for that problem. Life is like that, so no need to worry. And then consequences and sequel. Sequel in the sense like you jot down the points. Just now I told you, record it. The points have to be recorded time to time. We cannot be lethargic, so we need to record it. What are the aims, goals, objectives? What is the learning outcome is what we need to look for as teachers. And finally, I go by priority. What is your priority? In a day, there's a lot of tasks for teachers, but go as priority. The first priority is what you decide on. According to you, there should be something called first priority. So no need to worry. Time management is going to be very good. So that is what I'm trying to conclude in the minds of all the young teachers around here and also in this platform. Thank you for giving a wonderful opportunity. Thank you so much. I hope this presentation was useful for everyone. Thank you, Rosie ma'am. Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing such important knowledge with us. Now I would invite Jyoti Rani for giving vote of thanks. Over to you, Jyoti.
A very good afternoon to all. First of all, I thanks to Saraswati College of Professional Studies for giving me the opportunity to propose vote of thanks to those who have directly and indirectly contributed to this webinar on critical thinking and problem solving skill organized by our college. At the outset, I thank our resource person, Ms. Jennifer Robinson, ma'am. We are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence. Ma'am, you have explained very well about teaching critical thinking and problem solving skill, teaching life skill that help student main agricultural problems and their solution, the common problem faced by student in school, from trace to tracer, 25th century skills, challenges facing technology in 2023. Thank you so much, ma'am. We are thankful to Principal Sir and HOD ma'am, Dr. Anita ma'am, for their motivation, and thank you all the participants. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for accepting our invitation and for being here with us today. Your thoughts have truly inspired us. You said that problems are everywhere and every problem has a solution. That is true. If you are having any problem, that means solution is there. And a teacher should always be positive. That is the main point. A teacher should never be a negative mind. If she will be a negative mind, she will pour that negativity in their children. And a teacher should always be positive. Thank you so much, ma'am. I request all the participants to please switch on your camera for group photograph. Kindly fill the feedback form before leaving this webinar.
Thank you, sir. Mic is muted, sir.
यस मैं कह रहा था जेनिफर मैम कि आपका जो सेशन है हमेशा बड़ा फैंटास्टिक सा रहता है
Thank you, sir.
और काफी कुछ नया सीखने को मिलता है हर बार मैं जब भी आज थोड़ा सा बिजी था लेकिन मैं बीच बीच में फिर भी सुन रहा था उसको इट वाज फैंटास्टिक
Thank you, sir.
थैंक यू